Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm back. That call wasn't even the call that I was expecting, and it kind of pisses me off, interrupting what I'm talking about here. Um, last left off with your body decaying inside little by little. Okay. Now, if you're destroying all of these organs, and your body is constantly trying to fight for these organs, it can't fight for anything else. So you get where I'm going with this? So if you catch some type of, say, the COVID, and you have already messed up your liver, messed up a kidney, your blood is not flowing right to get to your heart, so, your heart can pump properly, and then your brain is like cheese. You don't even think properly. I'm sorry, y'all, when I laugh about it, because, like I said, I just think about how banks say it when we talk about this type of thing. You got all these issues going on. You can't see reality of things because your brains are just messed up. You just living every day until your body says no more. Okay, so your body just says, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired of trying to fight. Because that's what your body is doing. Your body is trying to fight for you and help you. But you keep shutting it down. Like, that's like, how I want to put it. It's like, okay, you say you doing a grill. Okay, you getting a fire together on the grill. And every time you get the grill started, somebody come by and throw water on it. You start it again, somebody come by and throw water on it. So every time you're giving your body a chance to heal, because our bodies heal itself with rest. Okay? We agitate it again. The same like with me, with my legs. Now, I was in my car accident 20 years ago. I've always had the issues, where different pain and whatever the case may be. And I learned how to manage the pain and not do certain things to make it hurt. But then if I go do something very, very strenuous, then that pain will come back full force. Blah! That's when I know my body has to rest. That takes me down, period. I have to rest it in order for it to get back to the normal pain that I can tolerate on a daily basis. Same with alcoholism, y'all. Y'all have to maintain the intake. Okay, if you have alcoholism, today, instead of you drinking a whole bottle, you drink a half. Ask for help. Ask your friends, family for help. Listen, I really need to stop drinking, but my body is requiring it. So, can you help me out? All right, you drink half, the mate or whoever it is. And this is why it's good to have good people in your life. A mate, a good friend that's willing to go through those channels with you to get you through it. Okay? You say, hey, okay, today my focus is I'm only going to drink half of a bottle. So you'll be that one that would help them with that and take that bottle away. The next day, it will be a little less while they're trying to detox as well. So you wean yourself off of it. I know a lot of people, you just stop. Sometimes some things you just can't just stop because your body will go through the channels of you're getting sick or you can't move. Like with people that take dope, they get sick when their body don't get that stuff. That's why they give them the what is that orange stuff they be taking? what is it? Oh, Lord. Well, they get an orange medication. I think it's orange or in yellowish or whatever the case may be that they take to try to wean them off of the dope. But kind of, to me, that stuff, methadone, that's it. That stuff actually replaces the dope. It doesn't wean them off. But they have a way where they can, like, give them less and less each time. Okay? To try to get their bodies to want less of it. So this is what we have to do, in order for your body to heal. Now, once you already destroyed your body, it's too late. You're just waiting to die pretty much, But if you know that there's a way where you're not feeling that bad, and there's a way to get out of that alcoholism stage, get the help that's needed. You don't always have to go to AA and all this other stuff. The will to want to live should be enough. Okay? Alcoholism destructs house homes with the fighting, the arguing, taking their anger out on one of the family members. A lot of kids go through that. Because their parents are drunk and they want to go picking on people because they ain't got nothing else to do. Their body won't lay down. So now they want to go picking on people and starting crap, and it disrupts households. But because it's legal, the person that's doing the drinking think it's okay. People take drinks because they're stressed. Now, this is my theory. Now, I just need to understand this one. I never was able to understand this, and it goes back to when I was young, and, my son just made a song, and in the song he says, I'm in a world that feels so strange, and I understand where he's coming from, because you tell me, and y'all just got to make it make sense to me, y'all. That's the theory I'm on right now. Make it make sense. You tell me this stuff, but make this stuff make sense, because y'all looking real stupid, Now, you're telling me you stressed out, you're going through all these problems, this is why you drink. I even say the phrase sometimes, y'all stressing me out so bad, y'all gonna make me get a drink. Because this is what people do. You get stressed out, you go get a drink. How does drinking solve the problem? Make it make sense. Oh, it just makes your emotions go down for the day, for the time. But if you too scared to go through your emotions, that doesn't make you strong. Okay? It actually makes you a weak person. If you're masking your problems with drugs and alcohol. Your body has to physically go through an emotion in order for you to be able to recognize the emotion, to be able to control it. So why are you not allowing your body and your mental to go through these particular emotions? So you can recognize what your body is going through. Yes.
I don't know why people don't like Sagittarius. I like them.
Okay, well, what that comes in, I'm on the podcast.
Oh. I just was concerned.
I like Sagittarius since my son is a Sagittarius. I mean,
I like them, but people don't like them.
Well, people don't like cancers either.
They say y'all too emotional.
Yeah, well, because we can go through our emotions, go through what they need to go through so they can recognize how they feel. Now, I actually, quite as kept, I had to learn that in counseling when I was young. For you to actually, and it's sad that not everybody is able to be taught how to deal with their emotions.
Yeah, not that much hate.
Okay. However, I was physically taught in counseling how to allow my emotions to go through, let them rise and come on down, and be able to recognize them when you're about to get that emotion, so you can either shut it down or do something to get rid of that emotion. So I was actually, even though I went through tragic times in my life, I was blessed because I didn't become a dependent Okay? And I say, I guess that was God's plan. He said, you will not become a dependent of all these godly things. And I'm going to show you how. And that's what he did for me. Okay? I don't know about other people that has been through learning how to go through their emotions, where other people can't understand it because they have never been through anything. And sometimes when people haven't been through something or able to, I had anger issues in the past. And in order for me to get my anger out, I wanted to hit somebody, okay, or tear up something, okay? That's how I used to get my anger out. But as time went on and I went to counseling and learned how to deal with my emotions, and my anger was based on my life, what I went through in my life. Okay? All of the stuff that I went through in my life, it always came out when I was angry. When somebody rubbed me the wrong way, now I'm about to take everything that went on in my life out on you. That's why I tell people, don't approach a person, especially if you don't know them. Because you don't know what they're going through mentally, physically, how they're going to carry it because of the pain that they're carrying every single day with them. Okay? But then I started noticing that people started becoming afraid of me. And I didn't want people to be afraid of me. I wanted to be normal because I was different. Because I had went through so much pain. So counseling taught me how to release those emotions and be able to mask them without destruction. That's what counseling taught me. And I would practice, when I start feeling like angry or my mind is moving too fast because I'm feeling a kind of way, I would do something to change that feeling, okay, to get that feeling up off me. One way I would do that is through music. Okay, that's why I love music so much. If I listen to music, it would take my mind off of how I'm feeling. Especially if it's a song that I love. So I would listen to music and let those emotions go down. So that way I can get rid of that feeling. You can't be afraid of what your body tells you. And people fear that. They don't want to feel what your body tells you. And if you don't know your body, it's going to be a hard task for you. You're going to be a dependent. Okay? And you don't want to be a dependent of... It's like when your body tell you you're hungry. But that's a need. We have to eat to survive. Okay? But you don't have to drink to survive. Okay? Now, with myself, what I do is, when my emotions, I feel like my emotions are not 100%, I get up. I could have been fine yesterday. And sometimes this is what we go through. I could have been fine yesterday. I wake up today and I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling the day. My body is going through some type of emotion. The first thing I do is try to find a way to relax. Okay, and take my body through a relaxing period. Okay? And I do that a lot with my bath salt. That's one of the ways. And water, period. Even if you don't have any bath salt. Taking a bath sometimes can bring those emotions down. So, I'm a little hungry, y'all, so that's why I had to throw something in my mouth real quick. I'm sorry for eating, but my belly is like turning. And my stomach secretes really fast. It secretes those the bile and stuff really fast in my belly. I've been like this for a long time. And I can feel the burn in my belly. That's why I used to drink the Mylanta, because those acids would be burning my belly so bad. And it hurts. It hurts. So sometimes I have to put something in there for my body to burn, you know, some type of food, so my body has something to burn up, you know. But I'm definitely going to get up off of here. But I just wanted to explain to y'all about the emotions and the way to fight these things. You know, you need someone in your corner, definitely. You know, you need God, you know, so he can give you the will and have the faith that you can beat it. Learning to deal with your emotions, you know, if you don't have that just like people use alcohol and use, but I limit myself to a pack a day. Now, if I smoke more than a pack a day, that means I went overboard, you know, and sometimes a pack will last me a day and a half, you know, depending on if I'm giving people cigarettes or not. Because I refrain myself from sometimes grabbing that cigarette. Okay? I'll go take a bath. I'll listen to music. You know, I'll go do something to keep myself busy until I can't take it no more and say, hey, I need a cigarette. So I get it. But we can't continuously use these agents as a way to get through. Because we have to get through these things on our own. Okay, with our bodies, our mind. We have to fight through it. And that's just the way it works. You can't continue to mask this stuff. Because eventually, your sentence is death. And that's just the bottom line. Now, if you're able to recognize an emotion, close the door, please. A toilet. Thank you. If you're not able to recognize when you're feeling some kind of way or somebody's making you feel a certain way and you don't want to be around it, like, I'm going to use this for instance. When I was young, I would go around certain people and they'd give me an uneasy feeling. And, you know, and I'm around and I'm looking and, you know, but I'm feeling some kind of way. And I would get up and be like, I'm out, y'all. I'm gone. And they'd be like, well, why you leaving? And I'm like, I just want to go home. You know, and they look at me like, that's strange. No, because I'm getting an emotion, being around y'all, and I'm not feeling the aura is not feeling right for me. So I have to leave it. And then I may get outside and may not even go home. It was just those people that I was around. I may get around another set of friends and the aura is perfect. So I'll chill with them for the rest of the night. People used to say, oh, you a bouncer. You got friends over here, you got friends over here, you got friends over here. I got friends everywhere. Depending on how I'm feeling in my aura, if my aura is feeling good to be around these people, I'll be around these people. If my aura ain't feeling it, I'm not coming or I'm not going. Okay? And that's just who I am. But I went through too much tragic stuff in my life to not know when I'm feeling uneasy about a situation or uneasy about dealing with a certain person or how can I explain? This is why I don't drink around people, because I won't be able to recognize my feelings, my emotions, my aura. I won't be able to recognize that. And I have learned to control it. Where other people can't control their emotions and control their bodies, I can control mine. I'm not perfect at it, but I can control it. Okay, and I do that with not only prayer, but the things that I was taught. So counseling is always not a bad thing. It helps us get through, especially when we're taught and we really want the help on how to get past a certain feeling. Meditation, that's another thing. You know, people would look at me and say, you just said that say my leg was hurting. They would say, you said your leg was hurting. My leg does hurt. But you don't act like it. Why do I got to continue to act like something when I know when it's only an emotion? Okay? You want me to sit down, I'm in pain all day, and it's not going to help. It's not going to solve anything. Okay? So why am I going to do all of that? When I've been trained how to deal with the emotions of everything around me, even pain. Some of us has been taught that through tragedy. Okay? Everybody's tragedy is different. But when you have to physically go through that tragedy without masking it, you learn how to deal with things when it's still there, even though it hurts. Look at a person like Floyd Mayweather. You know, people say, how does he do these different exercises? And he gets in the ring and he beats all these competitors. How? Because he recognizes his aura. He recognizes his emotions. He knows the opponent's next move because he has studied it. He knows his own moves because he has studied his own emotions. I'm similar the same way. He does a lot of meditation. I do as well. I have to. Because sometimes there's things that you have to overcome in order to keep going. And you can't have things hindering you. Whether it's pain, whether it's, a physical pain or emotional pain. You can't let it hinder you day after day after day after day. Like when I may say, oh, guys, I was a little depressed. My depressed and another person's depressed is two different depressed. Okay? Because even if I'm depressed, I get up out my bed. I'll go cook. I'll clean my house. I'll do everything. But I'm still depressed inside. That's an emotion that I'm going through. I'm just not feeling me today. I'm not feeling all that great. But I'm able to function because I recognize my emotions and I haven't masked them with drinking liquor or smoking marijuana or whatever other drugs that people use. Okay? You have some people that will be depressed and the first thing they say is, I need a drink. Or I got to go smoke some weed. That's because they do not know how to recognize their emotions and get through it without a dependent. So we're all different. Okay, in this world, some people are dependents and some people are not. But you don't separate because the people that are not dependents, that they don't go through nothing, because they do. They just deal with it differently. We don't show you everything we go through because we're able to manage it. We didn't take the weaker way out and mask it with drugs and alcohol. That's the difference. And that's the only difference. We sit back and we look at some of the people that's killing themselves with drugs and alcohol. And we try to teach them how to not be a dependent of a substance. Do they listen? No, because they look at you and say, oh, you different. No, I'm not different. I was taught how to get through this. And I'm trying to teach you. It's not that I'm different. I was taught. And you were taught to mask your problems. So this is, and this is why I love like boxing, because they have to be very disciplined. When they're about to fight, even a year, some of them even within a year of a fight, They have to discipline themselves. They have to discipline with working out. They have to discipline with eating. They have to discipline with refraining from alcohol and drugs because it wears their body down. They practice discipline. And that's what you guys need to learn to start doing, practicing discipline, because y'all killing yourselves. And some of y'all, I see y'all out here and I just shake my head, and I be saying, God help them. They don't even know what they're going through and they're putting themselves through. And this is why I felt the need, like God was telling me when this particular dude came to me and said, please help me, tell me what I can do to help myself. Because I'm tired. Enough is enough. I don't want to do this no more. I looked at this man's face and you can see the sincerity in his face. And it's like, it was kind of like, how you get chills through your body when somebody says something to you, or you look at them and you like, wow, this guy was seriously wanting to stop. He want to stop. Help me. I've been taught all my life, this is what you do. And now I'm addicted. What do I do now? Help me, somebody, please. The same with DMX. He couldn't find help around him because everybody was doing the same thing. Not saying that everybody was doing the same drugs that he was doing, but everybody had a dependent. He chose God to help him through. On them weak times. But then there was times where it wouldn't work because he got weaker. So, some of these people that has been through so much pain and trauma, and like they go through a process of ODing, and we don't know like what DMX had OD'd on or whatever the case may be. However, regardless of what he OD'd on, he was going through a time where it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And I go through that on a regular basis. When I'm taking the allergy medicine and I'm like, okay, let me take one of these and I'll take two of these and I'll take a couple of squirts in my nose of this Flonase. Same scenario. Even though the doctors gave it to me. Same scenario. Your heart can take but so much. Same with Michael Jackson. The doctor gave him these pills. All he knew is Michael asked for the pills. Because the ones that he gave him wasn't working. So he gave it to him. Because he kept telling him, I'm in pain. But Michael didn't want to fight. Because he wasn't taught how to fight. The emotions of pain. Physical pain. He knew how to fight through mental pain. We saw that. It's everything he went through. Emotionally, he fought that pain on stage, writing music, doing what he do to make him happy. But the emotional pain of being hurt and trying to get through, how do you fight that? It's not easy. And that's what happens. We eventually start taking too much medication or drinking too much because of whatever we going through emotionally or physically. Okay? So if you're one that's going through alcoholism and you know it and you're ready to stop, find you somebody you can trust. And take that time out to get that stuff out your body. And start working on you. Because the destruction never ends. And it's internally. Okay? We may see the drunk side on the, external, but internally we can't see what's going on with your body until you physically get sick, and it's almost over. And we're already trying to fight our eating habits, trying to stay healthy there. We're fighting this thing with the COVID, Why do we need more to fight for? That's one less thing that you're fighting for. That you could wake up one day and your kidneys shut down and now you have to live on dialysis for the rest of your life. Or that your liver just dried up and you never wake up. That's what happened to my grandma. I know a lot of people that was on dialysis and they fought every day. They would be weak and just, you could see it in them. They just tired. Why put yourself through that? And that's just my theory. That's why we wanted to talk about that today. And to give not only, for the adults, but the kids, so they can say they have a choice. You don't have to be a dependent if you don't want to. It's your world, it's your choice. And don't tell them, let me tell you something. My mother used to always say this to me. She's like, Jackie, you always on edge. This is why I was in the process of learning how to deal with my emotions. You're always on edge. What you need is a drink. And I looked at her. I'm like, really? That'll fix it? And my aunt came to me and she sat me down. God bless her. Luana. And she said, Jackie, she said, I heard what your mother said to you. She said, and it's not right what she said to you. You don't need a drink to get through your emotions or the way you're feeling. Okay, you'll be okay. She said, you notice every now and again you may see me drink a beer. She said, but that's about it. Everything else I deal with it full force. And she did. She said, so don't let your mom tell you that. So sometimes even our parents will tell us stuff that we're just not sure of. And it's up to someone else to sometimes correct that. Not judge them, but just correct what they've told you. And let it be proven. Make it make sense. Okay? So, I had to learn, I started drinking, because we always going to listen to our parents first. I started drinking, a lot. And I was like, okay, well, it's helping a little bit, but my stomach hurts. I'm feeling uneasy. I don't like this feeling. I'd rather fight it on my own. What I've been taught in counseling and therapy. Because when I drink, now I want to fight. Somebody say something wrong to me, I want to bust them upside the head. And I'm like, this is becoming worse because now I'm looking like a monster. I don't want to be a monster. So I got to do something to get rid of this feeling. And that's when I had to take it back to counseling, and remember the things that they taught me and trained me to do. And as time, when you do something repetitively, it becomes easier and easier every time. Okay? You just learn how to deal with stuff. I have a hard time dealing with death. It really affects me. That's one emotion that I just can't get through overnight. I can't, especially when it be coming real fast, a lot of them, And I'll get an emotion, but then I'll try to get myself through it, and once I get through it, then I'm okay. But sometimes it takes me days and days, and even with one death that I had to deal with, well, I'm still dealing with my mother's death. But I dealt with a death in the community here, and it took me almost 2 years to get through that emotion. And sometimes it even comes back, but I have to fight it, Like I was looking at the video of them pulling DMX, through Baltimore, and my body went through an emotion, and I just had to pray it out, and I had to keep calling his name because I was more angry than, than like, why? Because we still need you to teach. Why? But we know it wasn't your theory that that's what you wanted to do. So why? Of course he can't answer that for us because he's gone now. But I still went through that emotion, and I had to allow that emotion from the top of my head to come on down and just not fade away totally. But when an emotion is like almost, it's going, it's fading. You can feel it. I didn't run and go to my refrigerator and get a glass of wine. And say, okay, well, I need to relax this out. I can't mask it because it's real. Why mask something that's real? Let me go through it and get past it. And this is what people do. They try to pretty much fake what they're going through. We're all human beings and we all go through things. It's okay. It's normal to go through something or go through an emotion or a feeling. It's normal. We're not perfect. We're not robots. So it's okay. I'm going to let this podcast go because I got to get on with my day. I'm fighting, trying to get Egypt back in school. I haven't heard from the school yet. I heard from her tutoring, but I still haven't heard from the school. So I did email the school, the tutoring, to see if they can contact somebody because they're not even answering the phones. And that's what's pissing me off. They're not calling back. You know what I mean? I left a message for the superintendent of North Carolina. After this, I'm calling the news, y'all. I have to address this properly, and they know she needs to be in school. I'm not just going to give up, and see, that's the thing. When people give up, they get angry. Oh, I don't have time for this, and what am I supposed to do? And then you put yourself in a situation that you wasn't ready for. And they're not going to do that to me. I'm not going to allow it. Okay, I will fight this to the bitter end. Okay, because they had no reason to shut her out of school without contacting me. That's not the way thing. Even when kids are bad in school and they put them out of school, they make sure they have a conversation with the parents. So I don't understand what's going on. This is going to look really bad on their behalf, especially if I have to call the news about them. And it's going to take students away because, these days, if you're not a 5-star, people don't want to deal with you. That's why I keep trying to tell people, all that they don't like perfect. You a lie. Make it make sense. These people with money, they want you to be tip-top shape. Or they're not dealing with you. Okay, and that's just what it is. Maybe that applied back in the day. Oh, they don't like perfect. If you almost perfect, they like that. Because they're looking for perfect. Okay, so with that being said, they read one bad review and you're going to lose business. And I'm trying not to take it there with them. Because they just spent money for commercials and everything. I seen them on the TV. And then now you do something like this to actually tear you down even more. You just wasted your money. Make it make sense. This is not the old days anymore, people. This is the new millennium. We do things differently. Y'all come up to speed. You're headed for destruction. Some people think bad publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. Because today, people want good vibes. People want loving things around them. So if you have a bad vibe, I don't want to deal with you. That's just what it is. I'm shutting you out. I'm shutting you down. Play the games by yourself. So I'm trying not to get them to that point because it's shown that they don't know what's really going on here in the world. It's shown. We see it. We see it that y'all not, must be an old person running their schools. And they're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to the new world. The new world wants everything to be good vibes. Communicate with me. I want to understand, even if it takes 2 and 3 people to explain it to me. And if you can't do that, and other people see that this is what I've been through, then they pull back. No, we're not going to do this. Because I don't need no extra in my life because I'm already going through extra. I got kids to take care of. I got to work. I got a husband that could be sick or a daughter that could be sick, a son be sick. I got the world is going through the COVID. Outside of everything else in somebody's family. People don't have time for y'all extra. We will shut you down. That's the way it works today. We get rid of you. That's the way it works today. You want to act up, we get rid of you. You no longer exist to us anymore. That's the way it works in the new millennium in 2021, 2022 coming, and the rest of the days that we have to look forward to. We find a way to get rid of you. Now, if you don't no longer want the school, we understand. But all you had to do is just tell the people, hey, we're going to be closing down next year. We don't feel like this benefits us anymore. Blah, blah, blah. It's simple. You don't have to cause confrontation to make it known you no longer want your business. Because this is what we do today. Why do you think businesses are closing every single day? The people do it. Without the people, you can't run. So you make the people angry and they get rid of you. We want happy times. We know everything ain't perfect. But if someone leaves you a call, even if the computer, somebody hacked into their computers, you call them back. They're not even calling back for me to even address the issue. And that's the part that kills me. That tells me that they don't even care about the ratings of their school. I don't know what's wrong with her this morning. She ain't working. You got to unplug her and do something. But anyway, guys, I got to go. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care. Be safe. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.